I want to talk to you today about a proverb. It's called, "A stone is heavy and sand is weighty, but a fool's wrath is heavier than both of them." This means that the wrath of a fool is so heavy and so weighty on a person, it makes them feel like they're carrying a burden. A fool is one who doesn't have the common sense in life that one normally should have. A fool doesn't understand the things about being right, being good, caring about people, about love, about faithfulness. A fool has no concern with those things. A fool is concerned with things like getting rich quick or getting selfish means to themselves. This is not something that's good for you or me, but there are many people out there like that. So, what I want to do is give you a warning about this kind of person. This kind of person has a thing called wrath on them. It's kind of like an anger. And when they get angry, everybody suffers. And it might not just be anger, it may be just something in their heart that's not right. For example, to take someone who's really a fool, that would be Hitler. Back in, the 1930s and 40s, he was killing millions of people. And he did this all for selfish motives, but many people suffered because of him. So we can say a stone is heavy and sand is weighty, but a fool's wrath is heavier than both of them. So when we say a stone is heavy, you've picked up a heavy stone before, haven't you? You just want to put it down really fast. It's a burden. And sand is weighty. The reason it says weighty is because sand is kind of like sometimes it feels light, sometimes it feels heavy and too heavy. I had to get some sandbags the other day for my bicycle because I wanted to make a small ramp up to a sidewalk. So I got a couple sandbags, but when I picked them up, they seemed light for a moment because all the sand poured down to the ground, but it was still in the bag. But when I picked up the whole thing, it was heavy. So, a stone is heavy, sand is weighty, but a fool's wrath is heavier than both of them. And this applies to many people. It applies to the current president of the United States and his policies. For example, he is forcing people to get vaccinated who don't want to be vaccinated. And it didn't start that way. It started with he forced everybody to wear masks. And he said masks will protect you. But science said that they wouldn't. And then he said vaccinations will protect you. And so he forced them all to get vaccinated who he could. And it's not that it's helping people. The American vaccine has many flaws. And people are dying from various diseases from that very vaccine. So this kind of person is making some foolish decisions and is very heavy on people. It weighs on them. It doesn't only apply to politicians and government officials, though. It also applies to people who want to be our friend or come into our lives. If they have wrath on them, they're going to cause trouble. Sometimes they cause us to worry. They have a lot of problems. They're always talking about their problems. They don't add to your life. This kind of person, you have to put some distance between you and them if you want to be successful, because they can pull you down. You know, when you're with people who aren't honest, who aren't good and sincere and loving, the good doesn't rub off on the bad. The bad rubs off on the good. So I want you to stay clear of those people if you can. And always remember, a stone is heavy, sand is weighty, but a fool's wrath is heavier than both of them. I'm AJ. It's good to talk to you again. I'll see you in the next video.